Well, coaches, first of all, your overall thoughts on the game today?
Yeah, we weren't very good, but they were. So you don't want to take any. You don't want to put it on yourself like we weren't very good. Part of the reason we weren't very good is maybe they were a little better. So let's give them credit. They're lefty, the middle lefty, just threw 80, probably 85% sliders and 80% strikes. And then the last guy that came in and changed speed, strike one, strike two, they were just they pounded the zone. They were really, really good. And when it was 5-1 early, we had a couple opportunities to rip this thing open where you think you got it out of stretch and maybe you don't see those guys. We had a chance to make it like 8-1, 9-1, something like that, and we didn't come up with a couple of hits. The next thing you know, we made some mistakes. We just made some defensive mistakes, like middle mistakes, like in the outfield, just for no reason, and they took advantage of every mistake we made. So I think you got to give them a lot of credit. They took advantage of the mistakes we made, and that's how you get beat. So.
And Souls, he had the 2 home runs early on. What was you seeing from him early on?
This guy has worked so hard since he's been here, and with the dream that every player that puts on this uniform has, and that's to play at the next level. And through injuries, and as hard as he's worked, the injuries piled up a little bit, and when it came time for maybe the draft to come his way, he wasn't healthy, and a lot of guys can hang their head and say it didn't happen. And I had fun playing college baseball, and he worked harder this year, knowing that the draft may not be as available as it was. He worked harder this year. Such a team leader. Came very ready to play today, and he just competes with the heart of a lion, and just so proud of him.
Talked to you a bit yesterday about trying to feel through the lineup and whose guys are playing well. Matt Hedman really making himself difficult to take out right now.
It's funny you said that because we're playing a lot of guys early because we got so many young players that need to get in there. Like Chase was hurt all spring. We gave him a chance today to go out there, even though Hogue had a really, really good game. So you hate to take Hogue. It's almost like you're trying to win games, but you're trying to early play everybody. So Hogue comes out today after a really good game. And Hevener's had 2 really good games. I just told him we'd kind of made a preset lineup before the weekend started that Luke Nixon's going to get his shot at second tomorrow, and Matt Hevener looks like our best player right now. So it's difficult as you try to maneuver and get guys playing time. But that's why it's 60 games, and that's what you do, and we'll see. But right now my plan is give Hevener rest. But I agree with you right now. It looks like our best player.
What's the biggest area of improvement you want to see from today to tomorrow?
I think, yesterday we played a really clean game defensively, and today we didn't. And, like I said, if we can see the small mistakes we made, not the error that Makarevich made. He's a great defensive third baseman, and today it didn't look that way. I think he's trying to use a new glove that maybe hadn't broke in yet. We get these gloves late in November and December, and they try to break them in, and they don't get broke in. I'm going to tell him to go back with the glove he played with last year. I don't care what's on the label, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about we bobbled some balls in the outfield with nobody even going. And then there was a ball that we didn't even come get in the outfield, and then it winds up going to home plate and people move up. It's just stuff like that, just unforced errors, you know what I'm saying, that you're just not playing the game. So we got to correct stuff like that, but give VCU credit. They took advantage of every mistake that we made today.
Dom had a pretty good start, but kind of fell off towards the end. Is that case of just second time through the order, guys have seen him already?
I don't know. He's worked so hard, and he and Coach Chrysler, he's developed his pitching repertoire. It's much greater than it was last year. Last year he was much fastball dominant and fastball majority, and he's got a good cutter, a good breaking ball, and a good changeup. And it's like he couldn't land his breaking ball. The guy hit the cutter out, and it was like maybe he lost. I don't know. He seemed to be this one pitch guy today for the most part. I don't know whether it was the cold weather or maybe he just didn't have it. But he's Dom Fritton. He competes, and he got us to a spot. Like I said, when it was 5-1, could have been 7 or 8-1, and that's probably a different ball game. But you go through stages here, and you got to get better. But anyway.
Rubber match tomorrow. Ryan Marone's slated as a starter. What are you looking to see from him?
He's a freshman. So he's a freshman. I'm sure he's looking forward to going out there and pitching. He reminds me so much of Brian Brown, another freshman we had here a few years ago, wound up being the ACC Pitcher of the Year. This guy competes. I'm looking forward to seeing him going out there.